Okay, so I've been doing locks for years. Years and years. One of my clients, a long-term client, has been coming to me since he was 15. He's now in his 20s. Now only comes once a year. Comes for his once-a-year appointment a couple years ago, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Sits down, and we're listening to music while I work on his locks, and we're talking. And he listens and he says, "So, still listening to Michael Franti, huh?" And I laugh and I say, "Yep, 24/7, Michael Franti, all the time." And he tells me that I may want to add other artists into my work playlist so that my clients don't have to listen to the same artist over and over. And I look at him, stop working on his head, I spin the chair around, and I look at him like, why? Why would anyone want to listen to anybody except Michael Franti? That's just silly. And he's like, whoa, like, no offense, I have Michael Franti on my playlist now, because I've listened to him so much at your house. He's got a lot of really good songs, and I like him now too, but you may want to add just some variety. I'm like, Michael Franti's diverse. He has like 20 albums, and then he has music like the beatniks, which is a really interesting precursor to Spearhead. You guys, like, my favorite is Burritos. He's diverse. He's got a lot out there. You can't possibly listen to Michael Franti and be bored. No. So he's like, all right, whatever. So we go on. We finish his head. Now, I have lots of clients come in, and some of them know his music. They'll come in and like, oh, you listen to Michael Franti? I'm like, oh yeah, all day, like all the time. I had another client who messaged me to make sure that my energy matched the energy he needed for his locks. So we go through like the whole process of like, how much do you charge? What method do you use? How long have you been doing it? Have you worked on textured hair? All of those things. And then he sends me this message, and it was very weird. He's like, what is your belief system on love, and what is your religion? And I'm staring at this message, not knowing how to respond, because first off, I refuse to lie. I can't. And I need to try and figure out how to maintain professionality with my answer. So finally I respond back. I say, I can answer both those questions with 2 words. And those words are Michael Franti. And I send this to him. And he writes back. He's like, I don't really understand what you're talking about. I'm like, well, Michael Franti is a musician. And if you listen to his music, you will understand my belief system on love and my religion. So it's like, all right, I'll take a listen and I'll get back to you. And I'm thinking, I lost a client. He gets back to me like 3 days later saying that he has been listening to Michael Franti and he totally gets it. And energetically, I match him and I can work on his locks. I'm like, score. So then later on, I have another client, brand new client. He's a metalhead sitting in my chair, full install. And he's so quiet. And we're listening to Michael Franti. This poor metalhead. All day long, full install, listening to Franti. And his friend's outside in the car. I don't know what his friend was doing, but he's messaging his friend. And I can see over his shoulder what he's texting. And he's texting his friend like, we are listening to the same artist all day. And like, yep, we are. I can't listen to metal. Sorry, no offense. Can't do it. So, anyway, his friend comes in the house. And it's like, so I hear we're listening to, like, only one dude. I'm like, yeah, Michael Franti. He's like, really? You listen to one dude? I'm like, mm-hmm. And I go through the whole thing. I'm like, he's diverse. He has a lot of style. So, like, fine, I'll change it. And I have an ArtLoc playlist that is diverse. that has a lot of different music, same vibe, same energy as Franti, like Trevor Hall. So I put that on. But this playlist also still has every single album and song Franti has ever made on it. So we're listening, we're talking, and his friend is way more chitter chatter than the guy in the chair. So I'm talking to his friend, and one of Michael Franti's early songs comes on, and the guy gets up to go look and see what's playing. He's like, whoa, is this that dude? I'm like, yeah, that's Franti. He's like, it sounds really different. Like his voice is a lot deeper. And there are some like earlier Franti songs where it's like really low, dark, velvety kind of gravelish voice. So yeah, it's nice. So I'm like, yeah, I told you he's diverse. So the guy's like, okay, sits back down. And then a little while later, like other songs, because like there's variety, but all Franti on it. So other songs play, and then another Franti song comes on, and this time he's rapping. And the guy gets up again and goes to look and see who's playing. It's like, what? It's Michael Franti again. He's like, whoa, that's that same dude. I'm like, yeah, I told you he's diverse. So he's like, all right, I may give it to you. Like, this guy's actually really good. I'm like, great. Let's turn it back to Michael Franti all the time. So I turn it back to the Franti playlist all the time. Now, fast forward to now. So ArtLocs does events. So once a month we host an ArtLoc event so that people who are in like the ArtLoc community, this little weird, funky soul tribe family tree, can get together and hang out with each other. So one of the events is this Michael Franti concert happening June 30th. So I did a shout out to all my clients. I'm like, yo, Michael Franti, June 30th, Hampton Beach, we're going. So there's a lot of people who are actually going, who like have been listening and like are excited to go and see this amazing spirit singer with me. So because it's my birthday weekend, and I haven't done anything for myself for a really long time, my husband and I splurged on backstage passes for me, my husband, and my little daughter, who is a huge Franti fan. My little pink princess loves his music. So we all have backstage passes. And then another art locker got backstage passes. So we now have this big event with different art lockers, and we're going to meet in Hampton Beach, and we're going to hang out, and then if you have tickets, you're going to come with us. Now, I have one of my clients who was like, because I get something signed by him. This has been my dream, to meet Michael Franti. And she's like, you should have him sign your boob. Like, I would never have Michael Franti sign my boob. But then I was like, okay, but what if he signed my arm? So I'm going to see if he'll sign my arm, and I'm going to see if he'll write his, draw his little being human doodle on it, and then I'm going to get it tattooed. So I can have the tattoo of my spirit singer on my arm. So this is all happening. So then I have a client who was going through a horrible loss, and she sent me a message because I turned her on to Michael Franti. I'm like, you need to listen to his music. It will help what you're going through. So she had been listening to him. Months later, she writes me back saying that it has changed her. It has made her happier and find the joy in life again. And I was like, see, told you. So I posted this, that like, and then he liked the comment. He liked one of my comments. So I posted on his page that I love his music, and he liked the comment, and I just about lost my mind. So I took a screenshot and I plastered that everywhere because Michael Franti liked my comment, and then he commented on it. And now I'm like insanely losing my mind. Michael Franti liked one of my comments and then commented at me. Like, what? Like, you have no idea how ecstatic this makes me. So now he's liked a comment. He's liked something I've said. He's commented on something I post. And I'm going to meet him, and I'm going to get him to sign my arm and hopefully draw a being human doodle. Calm down, Ella. You can breathe. It's okay. You can breathe. But if you haven't listened to Michael Franti, seriously, his music will change your life. It will open your heart. You will find the heart space. So, Michael Franti, find him, listen, and love. Just love. Big love. Big, big, big love.